viewers and subscribers, welcome to CMR TV, and we're going to speak on Vybz Kartel name. Now, we all know what's going on with Vybz Kartel, right? And I believe that a lot of people have mixed feelings. Some feel like, yo, he should be free. Some feel like, yo, you do the time, you do the crime, you do the crime, you do the crime, you do the time. That's a famous saying from us Jamaicans and just Caribbean people in general. And I do believe in justice also. I do believe you do the crime, you do the time. However, I do believe in a fair trial, and every human being has their rights. And if that's been violated, then I can share the same sentiment. And over the years, you've known that a lot of content creators, especially bloggers, they have shared a disdain for Vybz Kartel tremendous of times. And I, come to the conclusion that it might have been something personal. It is not so much about justice. It is more so who Vybz Kartel is and, his power. And then sometimes it just suits one's own ego to state that, yo, listen, remember I'd said this, oh, I'm the reason for this, or I made this happen, or because of me, this person got arrested or behind bars. So it's more so some of an ego thing and not so much about the justice system. And then also to make money. Because once you talk about artists like Kartel, the Alkaline, them, the names them in dancehall, you're going to make money. So you can't sit and say it's just because of what's going on. It's also to make money. Talking about money, what the system has done to Vybz, they might just make him bigger, right? And I might say this, and a lot of you guys might not even realize what's going on. And when I say Vybz Kartel might become bigger, and let's say, God forbid, we don't want this for him, but let's say he pass. His name will live on, and I'm going to explain to you and break it down why Vybz Kartel is a living legend and has become and will become a legend even after his passing. One, what did Bob Marley did? Bob Marley have numerous of kids, so legacy will live on. Hence why Bob Marley's name remains what it is today. And I say this to say, if there was no siblings or offspring to carry on the legacy, how will it be what it is? Yes, many times we've credited Bob Marley for what he has become and what he represents and what he stands for and all that he has done musically and just the humanitarian side of him and just all of that. But none of it will remain today if the legacy was never carried on. Now, as it relates to Vybz Kartel, many of you are going to say, especially the anti-Vybz Kartel supporters, because you're still a supporters, but Vybz Kartel now they're on the level there. Vybz Kartel is, but listen, Vybz Kartel has done something where he is the biggest thing out of dancehall. Right now, he might not get the awards or might not achieve certain things to, point to that. But let me explain something. The impact of Vybz Kartel and dancehall music, everyone feels it around the world. Everyone is speaking about what's going on with him now. Now, mere say, this man passed. Or even while he's alive, he's still doing things. Hence why you see he's setting up this legacy movement with his kids. He has multiple kids. And when he gets out, best believe he might have some more. You understand me? And that's building a legacy. Now, how Vybz Kartel name will remain? Through his kids. They're going to build stuff like foundation. They're going to build charity movements. They're going to talk about his journey, what he been through. And then I say this because of what the system put him through and because there's a big hole in corruption and his case is highlighting that and he has some level of celebrity, it's gonna manifest into something bigger. We might not see it now because we cannot see it now. It's the same for Tupac and Biggie. Most never see it. They knew they were great. They knew they have the potential to be this. But after their passing, everything just propelled. Now, Vybz Kartel, kids will do things like biopic, biography, stuff like that. They're gonna do stuff. They're gonna get directors. They're gonna get movie deals. And they're gonna talk about is legacy, and it will remain. And it might seem strange right now because a lot of people think that when they speak certain way of him, whether good or bad, it's not helping, but it's also helping to his case. It is also going to be 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line after passing. Like I said, I don't want to talk this way because I don't want to seem like that's what we want, because I'm just trying to outline legacy and how it starts and what it starts from. It has to have a movement. Look at every great. What were their movement? What were they brought up? What they have been through? Vybz Kartel has already started that. And it's so funny. He has said many things in his song before. And anytime you see a guy can prophesy things, he's great. And so I have vlogger prophet. But listen, him sing songs about these stuff that he's going through. You know, see me with no gun in no officer. So where you come and lock up shorty for? If me gonna prison, who I go care for my young son? Babylon, you see me? So the point that I'm making, many of you guys will watch this video and not see it yet. But as it progresses, as your favorite vlogger disrespect him or speak good of him, as the media do what they want to do to him, as the system keeps on do, they're just building stories for us to tell. Now break this down. How many of your favorite artists will have an interesting biopic like this? How many of your favorite artists will have them names stamped down in legacy in a certain way where you can say, he has done this? Yes. When you compare even Tupac and Biggie, they died young. What they have done in their lifetime is what makes you can make a projection in the future. And that's why people get legacy stamps some of the times. And then you have the Michael Jackson who have done it, and the Prince and those names, the Jordans and the Usain Bolts. But for the music, Vybz Kartel will have that legacy stamp, whether you want to like it or not, whether you get any form of Grammy, mobile, any kind, it's not. He has already created legacy. He has already imprint his name and stamp his name. And long after he's gone, you are going to appreciate that more and more and more, because a lot of people don't understand or don't see the behind the scenes of stuff. A lot of people don't understand the impact one have on society. And Vybz Kartel was very impactful, and talents and greats like that don't normally come around often. They come around once every 100 years, every 200 years, something like that. So I'm pointing out that to you guys, that whatever he's going through right now with the mistreatment, him being sick, even just the way he passed will be noted down in history. It's time served. How he was able to be resilient, how he was able to still remain on top, how he was able to still do all of this while incarcerated. Why was the system coming at him? What I would advise him to do is when he comes out, don't focus on trying to be the man. Make your kids them try to be the man. What you need to do is focus on building legacy. Do stuff that's going to be remembered when you get out. What did you do? What charitable events? What did you sponsor? How did you help dancehall? In what way you have changed dancehall? And he has, whether you like it or not, Vybz Kartel has made that tremendous impact on dancehall. Some for the good, some for the bad. However, changes are inevitable. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be what it's supposed to be. And Vybz Kartel is the center of that. You understand me? And as I said, most time we don't appreciate our legends while they're alive. But after they're gone, that's when we really realize, because we now have the time to sit down, because we now have the time to listen, because now we have the time to go back and see what took place in history. How did this person make it out under these circumstances when the odds are many who are put into these type of situation do not prevail? So one have to say, yo, but CMR, what are you talking? Vybz Kartel start writing books. There are going to be more books. He's going to be wealthy after coming out, because he's gonna prepare himself, because he has already been doing that. Vybz Kartel, no, he said it in interviews. He said, listen, one can't reign forever. And we've seen that. Michael Phelps had to retire. Simone Biles at one point, Eventually, she's gonna. Jordan has to. LeBron is going to have to. Usain Bolt did. Messi, all the greats, Pele, they have to come to a point where they no longer can do it. But their legacy is what is going to keep them. Hence why you'll have these big shot names, the Jordans and the Lebrons and all of them when they retire, the Usain Bolts, they're going to still have deals in any little thing because they are legacy. Vybz Kartel, stamp that. Accept it or not. And I've learned from his situation that, listen, you don't have to get the greatest of awards. One would want you to do the numbers, but long after you're gone, then the numbers might come. You probably see Vybz Kartel gone, and then songs just start become number one. You've seen what happened to Bob Marley. You've seen after that how everything transpired, and he had structure. Key thing, what will happen is you have to have structure. You have to have things in place for you to be great. You can't expect you're just gonna pass and that's it. You gotta have a team. You gotta have your bloodline to live on and all of that stuff. And remember, guys, one of the good thing about music, your royalties live on. You get royalties, I think, 95 up to 95 years after your pass. So if I'm wrong, somebody correct me in the comment section, but I know hence why the Marleys will still inherit from Bob Marley's royalties, publishing, whatever it is. And these are marks that Vybz Kartel have already created in dancehall. He's gonna have that impact in some shape, way, or form, and you're gonna have to accept that, whether you like it or not. So when you hear others speak on his name in any way at all, it's because he's great, and it's because they can't speak on nobody else and get the same impact. You understand me? That they're getting. And it's just a raw truth. Hence why you'll see vloggers speak on certain topics because they know it's a hot topic, or certain artists because they know. And like I said, we're in the business to make profit. So let no one fool you that they're just about society and want peace and yes, and yeah, we want that, but they're about the capital, they're about the bag, they're about the money they can make. And the moment they stop and give you a challenge, any video on Vybz Kartel name, do not monetize it, and let's see if they're going to continue to do it. They won't. So the point that I'm making is, yes, you might not like Bunty, you might not like Beanie, you might not like Drake, you might not like Lil Wayne, you might not like, but there are people out there that do like you too. And there are people out there that your music resonate with. There are people out there that your music help mold. And then you as a person, that's going to shape different. So that is why I tell you, the system just made Vybz Kartel more legendary than what he would have become. I promise you that much, because of what he's going through, how resilient he is, and how he's going to overcome it. That is what is going to make the key part of his legacy. And he's smart. His kids are. They're educated. And they're going to pass the torch on and on and on. Because if you have noticed, he has studied Bob Marley legacy. Vybz have. Hence why I would say Buju Banton, make sure you have things in place and all of those stuff to bring on the name. So, like it or not, Vybz will remain in history more than what you think. Don't be surprised even be taught in school. And that's what it has become. Maybe not now, maybe you won't see it now, because he's alive and the people have mixed feelings. But when they start showing these biopics and what he is and who he is, and people start speaking, because I've heard great story about him before from solid source, and yeah, I've heard story that are not so great as well from solid source. But at the end of the day, that is what shapes him. If you check on Bob Marley movie, you see inside of him where you didn't know, right? Him and the Dan still did a link. They were trying to create peace. So those are legacy that no one knew would have been impactful. But it has become that. So that's what I have to say on the topic. The system has made Vybz Kartel more dominant, more legatorial. That's not a word. I don't think it, but I want to use it. And he's gonna become something that one never expect. But if you have experience or have lived a lifetime, you are gonna come to acknowledge it. And that's how you save legacy. Repetition, knowledge, keep rolling it, rolling it. Hence why Bob Marley, things like that. And remember, Bob, that biopic you see or movie or whatever it is, that's just one. They're gonna come up with many more. Because there are a lot is to be said on his story. And that's what Vybz Kartel is going into. Like it, I'm just telling you what it is. Vlogger Prophet, we can see the future. It is a truth. You might not agree, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe, turn your post notification on. We out.